In this video, you will discover if Tesla stock is a great buy at the moment or not. So I will make a full stock analysis about Tesla stock and I will give you my personal opinion on this company. To proceed, I'll be checking out first at what is the business model of the company, how are they making their money, who are their customers, and where are their markets. And at the end, I will do a fundamental analysis of all the different financial metrics of this company to see if it is under or overvalued at the moment. And obviously, I'll be checking out at the recent earnings of Tesla. But first, let's see what is Tesla. Tesla is an electric car company created by the infamous Elon Musk in 2003. Obviously, with the last green turn that we've seen in the last couple of years, people are expecting that the green renewable energy and the electric cars will replace the good old gas cars. Especially right here in North America and in Canada with our green energy politic, which has set a mandatory target for all the new light-duty cars and passengers truck to be zero emission by 2030. And in fact, the global demand for electric vehicle has boomed in the last decade. This is why big brands like Ford, Nissan, and Dodge have already started to create and engineer all the different new prototype of electric vehicles in their brand. But the leader in the field is still Tesla with a whopping 68% of the total market of electric vehicles. Currently, this company has 4 different types of cars, going from the luxurious cars like the Tesla X Blade that worth about $200,000. They also offer some more affordable cars like the Tesla Model 3 that cost about $60,000. However, those are not the only products that Tesla is selling. In fact, they are also creating and delivering some different system and components for other car manufacturers, like their own batteries called the Powerwall. However, they are also offering some different financial services to their customers, like some vehicle loans and lease. Tesla is not only a leader in the field of electric vehicle in terms of the market hold, but it's also a leader in the production and in the valuation of the company. With a massive market capitalization of over $800 billion, you can see that it has a massive gap between Tesla and its 2 first competitors, which are Nio and Rivian. And in terms of production, they are always trying to produce as much vehicles as possible because it is in fact their main income source. When they first started in 2012, they have sold for the first year about 12,000 luxurious cars. Nowadays, Tesla cars can be pretty much seen all around the world. This was led by a massive growth in the production between 2016 and 2022, which has reached an astronomical 350,000 vehicles produced into the first quarter of 2022 before to drop in the second quarter of 2022. But in fact, since 2011, we can see that Tesla revenue has been skyrocketing because in fact, during that period, the electric vehicles has become a real worldwide trend and the autonomy of the battery has also been able to increase during that period. Tesla has pretty much gone from one company that was close to bankruptcy at the beginning to a company that is now worldwide known with some great revenue. And governments all around the world are giving some great incentive for the people to buy electric vehicles. Here they are giving a point of sale incentive for everyone that wants to buy or lease an electric vehicles of between $2,500 and $5,000. This makes the car a little bit more affordable for the average people, which has had the impact to obviously increase the demand for these kind of cars. Tesla also has one big competitive advantage compared to its competitors, which is that they are directly selling their products straight to their consumers. In fact, Tesla has been saying that it gives a great advantage on the speed of their product development because in fact they don't own any kind of franchise just like its big competitors, but they have what are called the showrooms and the galleries. And those places are most located into the big urban sectors, which help them to create some better consumers experience. They also have mobile services in certain places in the world, which help them with their mobile technicians to answer all the different questions of the customers. In fact, those technicians can view and fix the problems without even having to touch the cars. Maybe Elon Musk could be compared to Tony Stark. However, the big problems of electric vehicles at the moment is their lack of battery savings. In fact, some cars even have less than 300 kilometers of autonomy, which is pretty much less compared to what are the usual cars. The Teslas in general are usually known for having some longer battery compared to other of its competitors. What will help the EV sector is when the governments and the countries will have the right infrastructure. Just like the gas station, people need to have the possibility to come with their electric vehicle, charge it, and after leave. And even if Tesla currently has 3 big markets in North America, Europe, and Asia, people are still not free with their electric vehicle because of this problem. Another problem with this kind of cars is to know what to do with the batteries when they are done. Those kind of cars are supposed to be the best ecologically, but in fact they are not necessarily that much green. Obviously there is the problem of the dead batteries and to know what to do with them after their life. And they have also been criticized for the battery itself with the carbon, that when the battery is burning, it means that the carbon is also burning, which is not really good for the environment. As you can see, they still have a lot of progress to do for the future, but they are still in the right track to succeed on the long term. Now let's check out at what are the earnings of this company. In terms of earnings for the second quarter of 2022, we can see that Tesla has been massively beating what were expected for them. In fact, they have increased their revenue compared to the second quarter of 2021 of about 40%, their net income and their earnings per share of more than 90%, their net profit margin of about 40%, and finally their operating income and their net change in cash of more than 100%. And for this second quarter, they have produced over 258,000 vehicles and they have delivered over 254,000 vehicles, with June 2022 being their highest vehicle production month in their history. In terms of valuation, however, many investors see this company as a tech company. Obviously, this is due to all the different technology that is used within the Tesla and all the different microprocessors, but also because of the high volatility and the high performance of this stock in the past. And we'll see that together right now in the fundamental analysis. First, in terms of return, we can see that this stock has achieved a massive about 63% on a 5 and 10 years period, and a massive 157% of growth in the last 3 years, which was mainly due to the pandemic growth of this stock, where the stock was worthing about $100 per share at the beginning of the pandemic, and at the end of 2021, we've seen that this stock has reached about $1,000 per share. However, with this high past performance, this comes obviously with some higher risk, with a beta higher than 2, meaning that this stock will fluctuate 2 times more than what the market would do. And we can also see that its price to earnings ratio is quite high with about 105, meaning that on this indication, this stock would be overvalued. But what is interesting is all the cash that Tesla has, about close to $20 billion compared to only about $7 billion of debt. And since 4 years, we can see that their revenue have been massively increasing, which has led them from a negative operating income in 2018 to a massive operating income of about $11 billion right now. And their operating cash flow have also been massively increasing, which was also reflected into their free cash flow that was negative in 2018 to about $7 billion right now. As you've been able to see, Tesla could be a good stock for anyone that would like to fly to the moon. Obviously, as I told you, it is really a high risk, high reward play where you could make a lot of potential return in the future, but it also has a lot of risk, especially right now in recessions where the people will not have a lot of money to invest in the stock market. Those kind of growth stocks are usually the ones that corrects the most in those kind of period of recession. And in terms of value, obviously, I think that this company might not be the most undervalued stock, especially in the GAFAM, but for anyone that believes that the electric vehicles will be the future, well, this is definitely the number 1 pick in that field. However, if you're looking to invest in a great alternative of Tesla, you can check out the video that's going to be right over here that shares with you its competitor in the Chinese market. And guys, make sure to join the North family by subscribing to the channel for only $0.0, and I will see you soon. Peace!